All right, pretty excited about this one. This is the Silent Hill 2 gameplay trailer, and I know that's a lot different from what we normally show on this channel, but Silent Hill 2 is my favorite game of all time, so I thought it would be appropriate to kind of dive into the classic title that defined psychological horror. I'll take that one. Oh man, I'm excited. So I know there's a lot of divisive opinions about whether James looks right or whether the town is right or if Blooper Team's going to do a good job. To be honest with you, I don't care either way. I'm just excited whether it's an exact carbon copy or if it's just a retelling. I'm excited either way. I think that's going to be fantastic. So I'm really excited to kind of see what they've done here. So far, just the artistry is so well done. The modernization of it is fantastic. Still looks a little rigid from what I can tell, but you know what? Silent Hill has always looked rigid, so I can't even complain about that. Man, just to see that logo pop back up again. I was so excited when they did the reveal trailer. Just to see this story be told again. It's a gorgeous story. I'm not going to go into any of the spoilers or anything like that. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend checking it out, whether it's the original one or the remake. Hopefully, Blooper Team is going to stay as true to the original as possible, just to kind of give hardcore fans what we've been wanting. Let's see here, East Side of the Veil. Okay. All right, so this is actual in-game footage at this point. Looking really good. The environment looks great. The textures are looking good. Oh, that was an interesting particle effect. The leaf just disintegrated right into the ground. Very interesting. So interesting to see how this kind of is a little bit different from how the original game was, the original trailer. The original trailer was voice actor. I think it had a famous voice actor too, and it just didn't play that well. And so seeing this, how it is really unique. Okay, so this is right at the beginning of the game before you've gotten like the radio or the wood, plank of wood as your first weapon. So again, I'm pretty impressed so far with the textures. Oh, wow. Okay, so you just arrived in a town and you're immediately going to crawl onto a bloody path into an abandoned garage. I swear, James is probably the boldest protagonist in all of the Silent Hill games. He just does things like crawl on his stomach through blood and stick his hands in clogged toilets and things like that, just to find things like radios and wallets and stuff. All right, so this is getting the radio. That means that we're going to get attacked soon, right? Oh, there he is. Interesting. They brought this inside. This used to be done in an underpass outside in the environment, but they actually, it looks like they brought some more environments into the game here. Oh, come on. You really think James is that strong that he's going to be able to pull that right off of a window? I don't know about that. All right, so first look at combat here. That was a nice little detail. I like that. Combat looks pretty fluid. I'm pretty happy about that. That's pretty exciting. Looks like these spitters are definitely having some fun, though. Yeah, make sure to stomp on them or keep hitting them until they die. Okay. Not bad in terms of the combat so far. That's looking pretty nice. I know that a lot of people are divided on when it comes to the later Silent Hill games, or as the American Silent Hill games like Homecoming or Downpour. I personally kind of like them when they're a little more action based and you can have a little bit more fun with the combat. I know they're not like true psychological thrillers, but at the same time, it's a more modern feel. It's kind of what I personally want in this type of a game. I love that, by the way, when he smashed open the back of the car window and he took the health drink out of the back there. So that means that a lot of the environments are finally going to be interactable. Interactable? If that's not a word, we just made it one. And so, all right, there's the matchbook to Neely's bar. I can't remember. I know Neely's bar was in the first one. I can't remember if you found a matchbook or anything like that. So we're seeing how true to the original this is. If you're reading this, please leave. It's not what it seems. Oh, couldn't read that one in time. Hey, it's Laura. What's going on, Laura? One of the creepiest kids in all of horror.
What you got there?
I don't know if you would agree with that one. Let me know in the comments. But personally, this little girl creeped me out when I first played Silent Hill 2. Let's see here.
You know her name.
How do you know her name? James, he's just so clueless all the time. And there's Maria. So supposedly, according to what I was reading, they changed a lot of James's face to appease a lot of the negative comments that they were getting with him looking too old for the game or looking too worn down or what. I mean, dude is like mentally depressed or like he's having like mental psychotic breakdowns and he's totally depressed and it's just, I wouldn't worry about his appearance too, you know what I mean? But anyway, all right. So this is Brookhaven Hospital. That means that we are probably going to start seeing some of the nurses, one of the more iconic enemies in Silent Hill. I love the environments. I really think that, I mean, if you're going to do a Silent Hill game in 2024, it's got to look this good. They did a good job on the environments. I think that, what's a good way to say this? I think that the movement is still a little stilted for like a modern game. Like right there, when you saw him do that little quarter turn, he it was still that like old school PlayStation 2 like turn. And I don't know if that's intentional to kind of be a little nostalgic to how it was, or if that's kind of how Blooper Team does their stuff. But either way, I don't know. That might take a little bit of getting used to. Yeah, definitely going to see some nurses after seeing that picture of all the nurses with their faces blurred out here. Brookhaven's looking good. I was hoping to actually see more of the apartment, which is the first location that you go to. They showed some of that in the gameplay trailer, like that really iconic scene where Laura jumps on James's hand instead of getting the key. Scared me to death when I was a kid. But all right, let's see here. We got Laura. We got Maria.
Laura. Wait.
Girl just always runs away. Doesn't know the danger around her. Probably can't see the danger around her. Damn it. But either way, James knows what's up, and he's here to save/ruin the day.
Now.
All right, so here we are. It's a little darker up here. Maybe we're going to start seeing some enemies. Oh, okay. There's a nurse. That's looking pretty tried and true. I like that. I want to see how the combat goes with them. Well, you have somebody who at least knows what they're doing in terms of playing through the game. Don't waste your ammo on enemies. If you can't take them down with a melee weapon, then it's not really worth it. Save your ammo for the bosses and some of the bigger baddies. Alright, we'll see some combat here. Save your ammo. It is Silent Hill, sir. What are you doing? That was a pretty fluid transition between the pistol and the pipe. That was pretty nice. I like that. Not entirely sure how I feel about the nurses having a pipe like that. Typically you see the nurses with like a knife or a scalpel, or even I think sometimes you see them with the syringes. That was interesting. I don't know if that was because her health was so low or because he shot her in the leg. But that would be really cool if we have limb-based targeting in the combat, and you could just shoot something in the leg and then force it to crawl after you and slow it down. You know, like in Call of Duty Nazi Zombies. All of those different modes, like creating crawlers when you need to get some Easter egg or something like that done. I'm wondering if that's the case, because there's a lot of situations where you don't want to spend all the ammo or you don't want to do something like that. That's interesting. That's got me thinking a little bit. All right, so a lot of this is looking very, very similar to what you were doing in the original game. Finding the needle to... What do you get out? Man, it has been so long since I played Silent Hill 2. I used to be able to walk through this game like mentally and just explain to people like, oh, hey, yeah, this is what's going on. But yeah, very cool. So far, I'm really enjoying what they've put together here. It looks like Blooper Team is doing what they said they were going to do, staying as faithful to the original as possible. And that's really cool. I think that there's some... Ooh, hello. Nice. Oh, yeah. Look at that head shake. That was a good one. All right, cool. So it looks like the combat's kind of looking really nice. It's... If I could, I'll dare to say it, it's like a cross of the original Silent Hill 2 combat with some of the more modern ones like Downpour and Homecoming. And I think that's really cool. I do like how I'm not seeing a weapon wheel at all. Like in Homecoming at least, and I think maybe in Downpour too. You had weapon wheels, and the UI was just more cluttered. This is how a UI in a psychological horror game should be. Like, you need to pull out a map. You're pulling a map out of an inventory. Oh, we got a lot of blood here. What's going on? All right. Oh, there's the drain. I don't remember what you pull out. Oh, hey, friend. What? Why are you wasting your shotgun ammo, dude? It angers me when I watch people play survival horror games and they waste their resources like that. Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. This is a developer playing through the game, and they're trying to show off all of the mechanics, you know, so that's why they're taking extra hits so you can see the healing mechanics and some of that stuff. But it's just like, it gets under my skin a little bit when I see somebody just waste 3 shotgun shells on one of those spitters that are on the ground. Like, you can just step on them. I'm hoping they didn't take that out, where you can just step on one of those guys. All right, so here we are with Laura again, hanging out. They did a pretty good job on the cutscenes. I like the lighting effects that they put in. I'm hoping that they get a little bit heavier with the fog. I know that's debated on whether or not that was a developer choice or a limitation of software back in the day. But I'm really, really hoping that they really worked up the fog here. Bye, Laura. Don't run away too much.
I can't let you just run around this place. You might get hurt.
Hurt by what?
Look, just...
You know, I actually say that the voice acting's really well. They casted really well for this one, too. I know that's not always the case when it comes to horror games. I mean, there's definitely some iconic voice actors that came with the Silent Hill franchise, like Dahlia from Silent Hill 1. But at the same time, a lot of the other ones are a little bit more weird and just not the most fitting voices for the character models. They did a good job with this. I'm pretty impressed. Oh, Laura, better not be pulling a prank on us here. Let's see. I do like how they're building up the suspense, and I hope that that's carried through with a lot of the other games. You kind of do want to... A good psychological horror game keeps you pushing forward because your brain needs the resolution. You need to understand what... that sucks. But you need to know the resolution of a psychological horror game, a good one at least. And so that's what I loved about the original Silent Hill 2. I mean, until the great reveal at the end, that game just has you guessing the whole time. And so I'm hoping that they captured that majesty. What am I talking about? That majesty. Whatever, we're going with it. Fart face. I haven't heard that in a long, long time. You're bringing some old school insults here. Man, bet you wish you didn't get rid of all your shotgun shells now, James. That's a shame. I hate these enemies so much. And that's it. Wow. Okay, not bad. You know, I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be a good fit. I think it's going to be a great addition to the franchise. I don't know if I'm going to look at it as like the perfect remake, because it looked like a lot of the settings were different. It looked like a lot of the features were a little bit different. The combat's definitely going to play out differently. But as like a hardcore fan who's like obsessed with this fandom, could tell you anything about the lore, has played every single one of these franchise or games in the franchise, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to approach it how a lot of people are starting to approach the Final Fantasy VII remakes, where it's not necessarily a remake, but more so a retelling of the game. Because if I approach it that way, I don't think I'm going to be disappointed when I stumble on things that are different. I think that I'm actually going to appreciate it more as kind of an independent work from Blooper, just kind of revitalizing one of the best IPs of all time. Anyway, we'll see about getting more content about Silent Hill 2 on the channel. I know we normally do base building stuff. Well, I'm still looking at the trailer. Let me go ahead and look up here with you guys. We're still going to be putting together a lot of content around these types of games. But again, let me know if you guys want some actual streams of Silent Hill 2. I plan on playing this the day it comes out. It's right around my birthday, and so I'm giving myself a little early birthday present. But either way, you guys have a great rest of your day. Hit subscribe if you want some more stuff like this. Let me know in the comments. See you guys soon.